Christmas in Britain isn't just about mince pies and carols, it's about the weather. Every December, as the festive lights go up and the scent of mulled wine drifts through the air, there's another tradition that quietly takes hold: the national obsession with what the skies will bring on Christmas Day. It's a conversation starter, a source of hope, and sometimes a little bit of disappointment. Every year, the nation becomes obsessed. Will we get a white Christmas or just more drizzle? From the moment December arrives, weather apps are refreshed hourly, and the forecast becomes a hot topic at work, in the pub, and around the dinner table. It's not just idle curiosity, it's a collective wish for a little magic to transform the familiar gray into something storybook perfect. The dream of snow on Christmas is a cultural staple, thanks in part to Dickens and those iconic festive scenes. The image of rooftops blanketed in white, children building snowmen, and families gathering by the fire is deeply woven into the British imagination. It's a vision that's been passed down through generations, reinforced by Christmas cards, films, and songs that promise a winter wonderland. We all secretly hope for that magical dusting, even though a true white Christmas is rare. Bookies take bets, families debate, and children press their noses to frosty windows, scanning the sky for the first sign of flakes. The anticipation builds as the big day approaches, with everyone sharing their predictions and swapping stories of the last time snow actually fell on Christmas morning, and everyone becomes an amateur forecaster, glued to weather charts. Social media buzzes with speculation, and even the most casual observer suddenly knows the difference between a cold front and a warm front. Friends and neighbors compare notes, and the local news is filled with expert opinions and long-range predictions, all in the hope of catching a glimpse of that elusive snowflake. The suspense is real. Will high pressure bring a cold snap, or will Atlantic rain spoil the party? Each day brings a new twist, as weather models shift and meteorologists update their forecasts. Sometimes, the promise of snow melts away into drizzle, leaving us with soggy streets and damp spirits. Other times, a sudden cold snap brings a glimmer of hope, and the excitement is palpable. As we look ahead to Christmas 2025, let's see what the early forecasts suggest. Meteorologists are already poring over the data, searching for signs of a festive freeze or a mild, wet holiday. Will this be the year that dreams come true, or will we once again be reaching for our umbrellas instead of our sledges? Remember, these are just trends. Weather can change fast. In Britain, a forecast is never a guarantee, and the only certainty is that we'll all be watching the skies, hoping for a little Christmas magic. The unpredictability is part of the fun, adding a sense of drama and excitement to the countdown to Christmas Day. So, grab a hot chocolate and let's dive into the festive forecast. Whether it's snow, rain, or just a chilly breeze, the weather will be part of our Christmas story, fueling conversations, sparking memories, and reminding us that sometimes the anticipation is just as magical as the event itself. December 2025 kicks off with classic British weather, wet and windy, thanks to Atlantic low-pressure systems. Expect rain and gusty winds sweeping across the country, with mild air keeping things damp rather than frosty. It's not the crisp start we hope for, but perfect for staying indoors and getting a jump on Christmas shopping. By mid-month, the main low-pressure system shifts south, hinting at a change in the weather pattern. This move could ease the relentless rain and open the door for colder air. The stage is set for a possible wintry turn as Christmas approaches. As the Atlantic low drifts south, the first hints of winter's true bite begin to make themselves felt. The sky turns a deeper shade of gray, and the restless ocean churns beneath thickening clouds. The air itself seems to grow heavier, as if bracing for the changes to come. Along the coast, the wind picks up a chill, carrying with it the promise of colder days ahead. High pressure builds from Greenland to Scandinavia, forming a vast icy barrier that blocks milder Atlantic air from reaching us. This wall of cold air stretches across the northern highlands, changing our wind direction and setting the stage for a dramatic shift in the weather. The landscape transforms as snow and frost spread, and the world takes on a stark wintry beauty. Cold easterly winds sweep in relentlessly, cutting through the last remnants of autumn warmth. Temperatures tumble, and the nights grow longer and sharper. Widespread frosts blanket the ground, turning parks and fields into shimmering, icy expanses. The wind whistles through bare branches, a constant reminder that winter is tightening its grip. The rain that once soaked the land fades away, replaced by a crisp, dry cold that defines classic winter weather. Mornings arrive with a silvery sheen as frost clings to every surface. The air is sharp and invigorating, and each breath feels fresh and pure. The world seems quieter, as if muffled by the cold. Expect icy mornings where your breath hangs in the air, visible in the pale dawn light. The ground hardens beneath your feet, crunching with every step. Even the smallest puddles freeze solid, and the landscape sparkles under the low winter sun. It's a time for scarves, gloves, and brisk walks that leave cheeks tingling. By December 21st, this cold pattern is firmly in place. High pressure dominates, holding back the usual parade of Atlantic weather systems. The sky's clear, revealing a pale winter sun that offers little warmth but plenty of light. Fields and hills remain frozen, and the calm is almost eerie. A world paused, waiting for what comes next. Cold air from Eastern Europe is poised to move in, reinforcing the chill and setting up a finely balanced situation for Christmas week. The stage is set for a classic winter standoff. Cold, dry air to the east, and the ever-present possibility of moisture from the west. It's a delicate dance, and the outcome is far from certain. The big question now, will there be enough moisture in the air for snow to fall? The atmosphere is primed, but snow needs just the right mix of cold and damp. Clouds gather and drift, hinting at the possibility of something magical, but nothing is guaranteed. The setup is perfect for a cold spell, with all the ingredients in place, but for snow to blanket the ground, everything must align. Sometimes, the cold wins out and the skies remain clear. Other times, just enough moisture arrives to turn the world white overnight. As we head into Christmas, anticipation builds. Streets glow with festive lights, and families bundle up against the chill, hoping for a festive surprise. The air is filled with excitement and a sense of possibility. Will this be the year we wake to a white Christmas? Let's see what Christmas Eve brings. Will the cold deliver a magical dusting of snow, or will the frosty calm continue? The answer lies just ahead, as winter's story unfolds. Christmas Eve arrives cold and crisp, with high pressure over Scandinavia keeping the UK dry and frosty. As night falls, temperatures plunge, creating a sparkling, magical scene, perfect for last-minute preparations. But out in the Atlantic, a moisture-laden low is on the move, heading for our cold air. This sets up a classic battleground. Will the moisture arrive while it's still cold enough for snow? In the far west, Northern Ireland, Wales, the southwest, there's a real chance of snow, late on Christmas Eve. For most, it's a dry, frosty night, but western areas could wake to a white Christmas. The nation waits in suspense. Christmas morning dawns with a weather duel overhead. Cold air from the east versus milder Atlantic air from the west. Most of the UK, especially central and eastern regions, will see a cold, dry Christmas day. Wrap up warm for that post-dinner walk. The air will have a real winter bite. In the far west and southwest, the Atlantic front brings clouds and a chance of sleet or rain, maybe even lingering snow on higher ground. For major cities, a white Christmas is unlikely, but western hills and Scotland could see snow from overnight flurries. It's a day split between cold, dry east and milder, damp west. Boxing Day brings a shift. The Scandinavian high weakens and Atlantic air starts to push in. The UK remains cold at first, so as rain moves in, there's a window for transient snow, especially in central and northern areas. Some may wake to a dusting of snow, only for it to turn to rain as the day warms. The forecast is tricky. Snow in the morning, milder and wetter by afternoon. The exact track of the low will decide who sees snow and who gets rain. It's a classic British transition. Wintry in the morning, unsettled by evening. Weather watchers will be glued to updates. The festive drama continues. As Christmas fades, the Atlantic takes over. Milder, wetter weather sweeps in. Winds shift to the south-southwest, ending the cold snap and bringing back gray, damp days. Heavy rain and strong winds return, especially in the south. In the north, lingering cold means rain could start as snow over hills before turning to rain. The north-south split is pronounced: downpours in the south, possible snow in the north. The last days of December are dynamic and unsettled, a total reversal from Christmas week. Frosty memories give way to a noisy, turbulent end to the year. January 2026 starts unsettled. Low-pressure systems keep rolling in, bringing wet and windy weather. New Year's Day looks damp for the south, while the north could see colder winds and wintry showers. Around January 4th, a deep low-pressure system threatens storm-force winds and heavy rain. Potential for disruption is high. The exact track is uncertain, but the first week of January could be stormy and wild. Yet, models hint at another pattern change mid-month. High pressure may rebuild to the north. If so, cold easterly winds could return, bringing drier, colder weather and a renewed risk of snow, especially in the east and south. The winter roller coaster continues, mild, wet, then possibly cold again. Stay tuned. The story isn't over. So, will we get a white Christmas in 2025? It's a close call, and the question lingers in the air like the first flakes of snow. Every year, as December draws near, the nation's hopes rise. Will this be the year we wake to a world transformed by a blanket of white? The anticipation is as much a part of the season as mince pies and fairy lights. The setup is promising, cold air is firmly in place and the landscape is already tinged with frost. Across the country, fields and rooftops glisten in the early morning light, hinting at the possibility of something magical just around the corner. The chill in the air feels like an invitation for snow to arrive. But as always, the timing of Atlantic moisture is crucial. It's a delicate dance between cold and wet, too early or too late, and the snow may miss its cue. The clouds gather, heavy with promise, but will they deliver the gift we're all hoping for? For most, Christmas Day itself is likely to be cold and dry, with crisp air and frosty ground underfoot. The parks and streets may be quiet, the world hushed by winter's chill, but the snow may hold off, keeping us all guessing until the very last moment. The best chance for snow lies in the west, where Atlantic fronts could bring flurries on Christmas Eve or perhaps even on Boxing Day. For those in these regions, the dream of a white Christmas is alive and well, and the excitement builds with every passing hour. It's a genuine meteorological cliffhanger, one that keeps weather watchers and dreamers alike glued to the latest updates. The skies can change in an instant, and the outcome remains uncertain until the very end. But perhaps that uncertainty is part of the magic. There's something special about not knowing, about hoping together as a community, and sharing in the collective anticipation. Children and adults alike look skyward, searching for the first sign of snowflakes drifting down. Long-range forecasts can only tell us so much. They're about trends, not guarantees. Meteorologists pore over data, searching for clues, but the weather always keeps a few secrets up its sleeve. Even the most advanced models can't predict every twist and turn. Small shifts in wind direction or temperature can change everything in a matter of hours. A sudden gust, a subtle rise or fall in the mercury, and the story of Christmas weather is rewritten before our eyes. Yet the debate and anticipation are a cherished tradition in themselves. Families gather, friends speculate, and everyone has a theory about what the weather will bring. The buildup is filled with laughter, hope, and a sense of togetherness, whatever the outcome. So, don't put the sledge away just yet. Keep it by the door, ready for that sudden flurry that could turn the world into a playground overnight. The possibility is always there, just waiting for the right moment. After all, it's the unpredictability that makes a British Christmas so special. Whether the snow falls or not, the spirit of the season shines through. So keep your fingers crossed, enjoy every moment of the build-up, and have a truly happy Christmas, whatever the weather brings.